Welcome to the AFR Saints channel, where we provide you daily content on your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to leave your comments below and smash that like button. Who dat? Do you follow Saints PR on Twitter? I don't know who runs this account. I don't know if it's an official Saints account or if it's something independent. And I really don't care either way. Just it's at Saints PR. And they did tag the Saints and ESPN Stats and Info in this tweet, which you might have seen after the game against Carolina on Monday night. I'll read it to you very quickly. With tonight's victory over Carolina, the Saints defense has now given up 20 or fewer points in 10 straight games for the first time in franchise history. That bests a mark set in 1991 by the Dome Patrol. Anytime you do something that's mentioned in the same category as the Dome Patrol, brother, you in fuego. And right now, this Saints defense is uncanny. 10 straight games allowing 20 points or fewer. That dates back to last year. Now, the Dome Patrol, they did it all in 1991. But this Saints defense, they are far, far from finished, especially when you start to look at what is ahead for this Saints defense. You know, Derek Carr, after the game, mentioned about this Saints defense and how it's one of the reasons he decided to come to New Orleans.
Any team that I talked to was a team with a defense, and I played these guys. I knew DA, I know what it's like and how difficult it is, and all I want to do is win, and so I was like, shoot, if I can go there and have a day like today, didn't play my best in the first half, come back, play good in the second half and win a game. Like, I didn't have to be perfect for 4 quarters, and we won. Like, that is awesome. I don't like that still. We won, but it's still sick because I should have played better. I can help the offense more. I can do, you sit back and I'm already analyzing it, right? But to have that defense to hold us, keep us in there until we got clicking in the second half, it helped us win the football game.
New Orleans shut out Derek Carr and the Raiders a year ago, 24-0. They allowed 183 yards to Derek Carr and the Raiders a year ago. He knew very well, all too well, what he was signing up for when he came here. He knew that he was going to have a great complement in that defense on the other side of the football. My real question for the Saints is, can they continue to hold this together while the offense figures itself out? And one of the things that gives me reason to believe they can is what we've seen from the San Francisco 49ers in the last half decade. Actually, you could probably extend it a bit further than that. But just here in the past several years, we've seen San Francisco continue to win at an elite clip with Jimmy Garoppolo, with Trey Lance, with Brock Purdy. It hasn't really mattered who was under center. They've been able to remain competitive because their defense has been so good. Last year, despite playing 3 different quarterbacks, they were number 1 in the NFL in total defense and number 1 in the NFL in scoring defense. And when your defense is that good, it's going to keep you in every game. And you have to play complementary football on the offensive side. That's what the Niners did. That's what the Saints are trying to do right now until they get this offense really churning. So I'm not going to say, can the Saints hold it together while the offense figures it out? I think the bigger question, the better question is, can the offense figure it out? Like, is there a possibility for growth with this Saints offense right now? And Dennis Allen after the game was asked what the biggest issue is with the passing game right now. Here's what he said.
I didn't think our execution early on in the game was good in terms of guys being in the right spot and doing the right thing every single play. Obviously, that got addressed at halftime, and I thought we were much better in the second half and being able to do that. And I thought we ran the ball better in the second half, which I think opened up some things too.
They absolutely ran the ball better. And that's one thing to be very encouraged about, is the fact that the New Orleans Saints, while the offensive line has had its very sincere struggles, on Monday anyway, against a good defensive front from Carolina, with Derek Brown, with, look, you saw Shy Tuttle have a nice game. Brian Burns, they got a good defensive front, very similar to what you saw a week ago from Tennessee. And the Saints got going. The big difference, obviously, is you really got going behind Taysom Hill. 9 carries for 75 yards. Hello, do more of that. Thank you. But the offensive line has massive draft capital invested in it. You know this. I'm not telling you something you don't know. Your left tackle was a first-round draft pick. Your right tackle was a first-round draft pick. Your right guard was a first-round draft pick. Your center was a second-round draft pick, but he was a top 50 pick, and he was your first pick in that draft. Your left guard is a veteran player who replaced a former first-round draft pick. You have a ton of draft capital invested in that offensive line. It's easy to say you need them to play up to their standard. Maybe they're just not going to be very good. It's hard for me to validate or justify punting on Trevor Penning after 2 games. He was better on Monday Night Football than he was in the opener against Tennessee. And both came with very sincere, legitimate edge rushers coming at him. Let's see how much he can continue to improve. Another reason for optimism. Alvin Kamara returns in week 4. And when your offensive line is struggling to keep Derek Carr upright for developing plays, sometimes the answer is run the football and then short passing game with screens. Well, who's the best running back in the NFL when it comes to executing the screen game? Alvin Kamara. Dude had 81 receptions each of his first 3 years in the NFL. Yes, give me Alvin Kamara back. He is going to aid Derek Carr in getting the ball out quickly and making explosive plays and making defenses respect it. What else can you do? How about red zone play calling? You've moved the football. Do you realize the Saints right now are 29th in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage? 37.5%. 37%. For context, only Tampa, the Jets, and Houston are worse. Tampa, the Jets, with Zach Wilson, and Houston with a rookie quarterback are worse in red zone touchdown percentage right now than the New Orleans Saints. Convert in the red zone, and you take a lot of that pressure off of your defense. I got an idea. Jimmy Graham's on this team for a reason. Jawan Johnson's on this team for a reason. These dudes are 6'5", 6'6". Use them in the red zone. Otherwise, why is Jimmy Graham on this team? For context, last year, the Saints, who were not good, were 52% in red zone touchdown percentage. That was 21st in the NFL. As bad as they were a year ago at it, they are dramatically worse right now through 2 weeks than they were last year. So, yeah, there are things they can improve upon. Kamara's going to make you better. Trevor Penning can continue to improve. Your play calling in the red zone can be better. All those things are going to make your offense better and score more points. But right now, the reality is through 2 weeks, you scored 16 points and 20 points. Now, you managed to win both of them because you have an awesome defense. But I'll remind you again of something we said on the show before the season started. And we made a video out of it that went viral. And it went viral for a dumb reason. It went viral because people were all mad at Muse for his quarterback order and how he was picking quarterbacks. But I threw a question to Muse, and I said, hey, name the best quarterbacks in the NFL. And he rattled off a dozen names. And the Saints don't play any of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. They don't play Patrick Mahomes. They don't play Josh Allen. They don't play Justin Herbert. They don't play Joe Burrow or Lamar Jackson or Dak Prescott or Jalen Hurts or whoever you think is the best quarterback in the NFL. The best quarterbacks New Orleans faces this year, Trevor Lawrence, Kirk Cousins, Danny Dimes, Matt Stafford, that's about it. That's the best you're going to face. You get Bryce Young twice. You get Garner Minshew or Anthony Richardson, however it's going to go. You're going to play C.J. Stroud. You're going to play Desmond Ridder twice. It works in your favor. You're going to get to go this weekend to Green Bay, albeit on a short week, but you're going to play Jordan Love early in the season. Then you're going to come home and play Baker Mayfield. That's what works in this Saints defense's favor. They're a great defense, and they avoid all of the best quarterbacks in the NFL this year. You're going to tell me your toughest test is Trevor Lawrence in the Dome on a Thursday night? Going out to L.A. to play Matthew Stafford and the Rams in December? A game in mid-November at Minnesota against Kirk Cousins? Sign me up for that. You got to play Jared Goff and the Lions. You get that game at home. Justin Fields at home. It's a lot of reasons to like this Saints team and to think the defense is going to be able to keep it up because of who they play. And it's going to give this offense time to find itself and to be better. I think it's going to happen. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.